Welcome to Sage Sisters. We are sisters, besties, moms, and co-founders having a fun catch-up on parenting and life. Hey, I'm Ann.
And I'm Kate. Welcome to another episode of the Sage Sisters podcast. I'm excited to pod today, Ann. I think we got a good topic.
I love talking about this topic because it's my whole personality. You want to tease it?
Managing mom anxiety is the title.
Yeah.
It is. You have a lot of this, but I noticed even myself, I never considered myself an anxious person, but upon reflection, motherhood just has its way of creating a good amount of it. Or I should say parenthood. And I think starting businesses creates a good, healthy dose of this as well. So the combination for me has been present, and I thought I've been trying some new things too. So I'm excited to talk about it. And
I'm always researching this topic because I do tend to be affected by anxiety. And it is just life. Like whether you're a parent, this stage of life is, I think it just brings it. You know, it's like you're trying to figure out middle-aged, like who you are. Is this the career you want? You know, obviously kids, if you have them.
Why do you keep saying stuff like that? Are you not happy at your career? We work together. That's like, I want to roll the tapes. Every week you're like, am I doing the right job? I'm like, please don't leave me.
I have already made the pivot. I feel like I'm past that. But I went through it in a big way in late 30s because I was taking a big career change.
You're past that, babe. That
I'm
was
past
30s.
it.
You're
I'm
40s
past
now.
it.
Welcome to your 40s.
But when I talk to my friends too, it's like kind of this like, you know,
you think
either
it's
love your
career
job or
eggs?
you're not. Some of them, and some of them even are stay-at-homes and they're wondering if they need to go back because their kids are getting older and then they've taken off and there's a gap in their resume. What do they do? I just feel like work in general at this age is kind of redefining yourself. You know, it's like, who's the next, like, who am I and what's the next stage of life going to be?
I have so many responses, but let's put a pin in it for the topic and let's start with some highs and lows. What's your high?
My high is we went to Indiana and saw you this weekend. And I know you're no, I'm not. I'm spinning it to a different way. We got to stay with Lori, who's a great friend of yours and mine. And she was on the pod a couple weeks ago, Dr. Lori. She lives on a farm and it was so good. My whole family loved that farm life. It was quite charming. We sat outside with coffee and overlooked beautiful land. My kids, especially Ace, which surprised me, were obsessed with her goats and donkey. And like, what a charming, peaceful life.
I got to be honest. Your family thrived at the farm. This is your future.
It could be. We were in depthly talking about it on the drive home. Like, could we actually live on land? You know, like we live in a neighborhood setting and it's perfect for where we're at now. And quite frankly, I love our situation. I'm not trying to change it. But I did, like, you know, Ace was like, I'm farm life. And I just like, he was even using those words, which cracked me up. And he was like,
right now you're kind of in the perfect spot because you have young neighborhood friends.
Yes, it's perfect.
So it's not like for right now, but I do now have clarity on like in 10 years, you guys will be no, not could. You will be.
Yeah. Yeah. It was quite peaceful. And I felt like talking about anxiety today, I felt like the energy of my family was at peace this weekend.
Your family needs room to run.
And be loud. We need land.
Yeah. And I actually think there's some beautiful, you know, with animals, taking care of animals. That's like, I don't know. And meanwhile, juxtaposed, Calvin hated the animals, my son. We are not farm people. Chris was shuddering at all the animals. Calvin was scared. It was funny, but we're not meant for that farm life.
It just made me laugh though, because I was like, listen, I'm in my sourdough phase. I could totally see it. We have sourdough. We have farm life. We could start to grow. Phil loves to garden. He truly does. He's trying to squeeze it into our backyard right now as if we have a huge backyard and we do not. So I can see it. And then I have, no, that's pretty much it. It's just, I have one more thing I'd like to say.
Keep going.
No, I'm going to end it there. That was my high.
I had to look up a little bit while you were talking. There is a new Anne Hathaway movie coming out. So hot
Which
right now.
Which one? There's like 1,000 coming out.
I don't think it's come out yet, but I knew about the book, and it's now becoming a movie. It's called Yesteryear. I think the concept is brilliant, though. She starts as a influencer trad wife, like one of these Instagram farm things.
Yeah.
And then she gets transported back in time to the lifestyle where she actually has to be a trad wife, and like how horrible it actually is, like to do it for real, not hysterical. Instagram. I'm excited for this movie.
Well, I can't wait to watch it either. It's so funny. But one of my favorite podcasters, Heather McDonald, she's like a comedian.
Yeah.
She's on this whole thing. She's like,
what's her podcast again?
Juicy Scoop. And it's all about pop culture.
No,
I love that. But her thing is like, why are you mofos out there making bread? Like, there is a reason. The greatest saying is like the greatest thing since sliced bread, because people used to have to make bread and it was a nightmare. And now sliced bread came out and everyone was like, my life is so much easier. And now we're going back to making bread. She's like, you people are crazy.
This will be a funny one, I think.
Yeah.
But I hope your future farm life is not like truly Instagram versus reality. But I saw it in the wild. I think you guys would adapt nicely to some, and Franklin, what a beautiful place for a farm.
I'm obsessed with Franklin.
Yeah, Franklin, Tennessee.
Beautiful here.
Yeah.
Just, it's green. Tennessee in general. Like, there's a lot of beautiful states, but we drive through Tennessee a lot. And it's green.
It's gorge.
It's hills. It's lush. There's farmland where we are.
It's not hard to understand. You go to these places like on vacation. I think Boulder, Colorado is another one. Just comes to mind. But it's like, you go there, you look around, you go, yep, I get it. I feel like that about Franklin. It's like, you go, it's stunning. It's like rolling hills. There's a horse running in the distance. You're like, okay, this is not hard to understand.
And think about this. We're coming up on 6 years, but 6 years ago, we moved out of Santa Monica, which was beach life. We lived in a beach condo 6 blocks from the beach. We loved it. But when we moved, it was really hard to start as your kids got older. We were in a tiny place. You're in a city. It wasn't quite as charming from a raising kids perspective for what I wanted. I'll preface that. And when we moved to Franklin, it was like a breath of fresh air. It was like a weight has been lifted off of us. I had less anxiety already.
I was going to say, you living in an urban environment was high anxiety.
Don't go 10 feet away from me because I don't want you to get snatched,
Yes, I'm aware.
This was a huge relief. And then when we saw farmland, it also was kind of that same peaceful breathing.
Yeah.
I think our topic is perfect for today because I think all of this is like, I have too much anxiety.
I heard you asking Lori, do you ever feel unsafe? I was like thinking this is unhinged.
It is true though. If you live on land and it's dark, like if you're by yourself, like what's that feeling? Like, would you really like that? I wasn't sure my answer.
Okay. Anywho, good
what's
high.
What's your high?
This Indianapolis weekend was a high for me.
Great.
One, it was really lovely. I got inducted into the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame.
Woo, which is huge. It's so exciting to celebrate
Silver anniversary team, which means I'm 25 years out of high school. That's a little humbling in and of itself. But to see old friends was great. And to just like, there's so many memories that I like haven't thought about in a long time that like immediately came up when you're reconnecting with someone who was on your like AAU team when you were 17.
Basketball was such a huge part of your life.
A huge part of my life. And I almost like forgot about it.
Yeah. And these people were such a huge part of your life because they were on your team for, how many years ago now. But
plus you like deeply know your teammates. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And this was like half the squad played on the same AAU team as me and I knew them deeply. And like, I don't know, it was very special to reconnect. I also had a moment. They had some older women that got like bigger awards of the evening. And I had this realization that I'm like, oh my God, we're the first generation that like really played basketball. It's kind of wild.
Explain that.
Title IX didn't happen until 1972. So really like prior to that, there were like a few, like one of the old women there was 90. What an icon she was.
Her nickname was Hot Shot. I loved nothing more than Hot Shot.
She started the like female equivalent of the Harlem Globetrotters called the Harlem Chicks and like was creatively and like honestly, like true pioneer of women's basketball, like barn burning and going around playing scrimmage all over the country, like doing it for the love of the game, not making a buck, like a real pioneer of the sport.
Yeah.
And then, 1972 was the first generation that I think parents went, okay, this might get my kid a college scholarship, and that takes time to like work its way into the culture. And there was like one generation, not generation, like decade ahead of me, like the Cheryl Swoops of it all, the Lisa Leslie of it all. They were like kind of the true first cohort to play at an elite level. But this was before the WNBA. Like we didn't have a professional league. And then we did and we didn't. And you know what I mean? But it like struggled tremendously to get off the ground.
Right. Well, and at our age, we just kind of take it for granted because that existed in my mind for us. Like, when we were in high school, we had people to look up to.
I mean, I played for a second in the WNBA, but like the WNBA was tremendously struggling.
Oh, yeah.
Back in 2005. Like couldn't get people to the games, didn't have a lot of funding, couldn't pay the players. Like it was almost like a step down.
Just that it was there.
It was there, but it almost felt like a step down from elite college. And then you flash forward now, these teams are getting sold for hundreds of millions of dollars. These expansion
salaries
teams
have gone up.
They just want it just. And I was even kind of having this moment, and the woman sitting next to me, who is an amazing athlete, Shira Eli, played in WNBA for 7 years, was a true all-star, Hall of Famer at Tennessee, played for Pat Summitt.
Yeah.
I was saying like, wow, these women are pioneers. And she goes, well, we're kind of pioneers too. Like, where was the NIL money when we were there? Where was the, and I had never had that thought.
Yeah.
And she was like, look where the WNBA is now. Like, obviously when we played, it was a joke.
So you're a pioneer for basketball, and I'm going to be a pioneer in my future.
And you're going to be a trad wife. No, it hit me. It hit me. It was really lovely. And then just to have family. I mean, you guys drove 8 hours to be there, 7 hours, something silly.
It wasn't too bad. It was about 6. Yeah.
Okay. Just, family making a real effort to be there. Sarah's family drove up, for one night. I don't know. It was just nice. We have a great family.
We do. And I love getting together. It's just, that's pictures. Where I wish we lived on a compound together. Like how amazing would that be from a lifestyle perspective if we lived close to each other? Because we all like, it's like nothing. The kids just like immediately like melt together and just like go play, like, and just hang out or whatever. It's just, it gives you all the good vibes.
All the good vibes. So,
and I feel very lucky that we have a family that I get excited to go see.
Yeah. And, it was a long trip for us for a short amount of time. We got in Friday night. We left Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And, it's a 4-hour-ish flight from San Francisco to Indianapolis. But my kids were champs. I mean, we're just at that sweet spot age. It was like no big deal.
Totally.
They packed their own bags. They carried their own bags. It just was easy peasy. They loved, because usually at home I'm limiting their screen time, and I kind of just was like, flip the table, whatever. Yeah. They got to watch shows the whole way. They were just peaceful. I took a nap. Anyways, we made it on the parenting side of travel, which was, it's nice to appreciate because it's not always like that.
Well, and I got to go up and see my best friend from college who lives in Indiana and spend time with her family. And she has 2 little ones, and it was so cute. And when you're with people you love, I don't see her very often. It was just like good for the soul. But it also made me realize like you've said it before, but I am getting out of the really, really hard stage. Different challenges will come my way, but like the dependence of little ones and how much time and energy and everything your head has to be on a swivel, like she's in that. And I was just kind of looking around like, Lily's 4 now. She's pretty independent. So.
Well, I have a saying, when your youngest is 4, life gets way easier. You made it. But yeah, seeing Natalie, it's a good dose of perspective. You almost forget.
Totally. Absolutely.
Yeah. Anyways, what's your low?
All right. I got a few. One, having perfectionist kids is kind of tough. I love it, and it's really hard. And it doesn't matter if it's with schoolwork or with sports or with whatever activity they're into. It's a really good trait to make them successful in the future, and I understand that. But as a parent, it's really hard because you just want them to have fun with whatever they're doing,
How does it manifest over there?
Well, we're having some success on the sports side with Ace, for instance. And he puts a lot of pressure on himself to be good.
Mm-hmm.
So like, in the game of golf, it's all individual. In any sport, I'm just like pinpointing one of them that we've talked about.
Well, golf is uniquely individual.
But, he's a perfectionist. So when he goes out and doesn't do 100%, which in golf you're not going to, he's having a hard time with it. And it's really hard to parent because it's like, just go out and have fun. But anything he does, he takes so seriously from a competitive standpoint. And you're like that too. And you did help me by saying, whatever he's got, you had, and I saw it through you, and you were very successful, and it's made you very successful in life and driven. Ace has that. And I know that his future will be very bright because of it, but there are parenting moments that like are hard.
Oh, totally.
Very hard.
It's like you want your kids, I mean, just from a parenting ease perspective, perfectionist is not good. And the other end is not good. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
You want that sweet spot of like, you're trying, you're giving real effort, but then you can kind of take some hits.
Well, and the pediatrician was very much like, it's personality. Like you'll deal with this and kids, kids with this perfectionist mentality, maybe you can, see a therapist later on or whatever if it manifests into something bigger. But the reality is it's a personality trait and there's nothing wrong. It's just challenging sometimes.
Totally. I mean,
made me feel better.
You should talk to mom about it. I used to drive her crazy.
Yeah, I know. And so you are the success story that I will continue to pull up every time.
Hold on to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
He'll be.
And then pivoting completely.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Pivoting completely. Is there anything worse? We bring this up all the time, but I feel this so hard right now. I'm fighting for my life to maintain average, and nothing is more annoying.
You mean physically or what?
Yes, it's just like everything. It's like beauty standards, physically, clothing, keeping up, my house. Everything is like, I feel like I'm just fighting this battle and I'm just maintaining average across the board. And it's really frustrating.
I can't hear this without quoting one of my best friends, Mike Cooper, who said, I have to train like a triathlete to maintain chubby. It's the best quote of all time.
It's the best quote. And it's just so real.
I think of it all the time in the gym. I'm like working so hard.
I know. I'm like busting my ass and I'm eating healthy. And it's like, well, that moved the needle 2 pounds. It's just like, whatever. It's not even about weight, but it's just like everything in life is like, I'm going to get good sleep and then something else goes wrong.
It's whack-a-mole, baby.
It's whack-a-mole. And it's not just with parenting, it's with personal stuff. So it's whack-a-mole with your kids and then also with your own like health and mental health. It's like, golly, come on.
Totally.
It feels like a struggle sometimes.
Yeah. True that, babe.
That's it. What's your low?
I got a couple, not to be too negative here, but
well, I hit you with a couple, so hit me back.
Swim kicked off officially yesterday, and the kids have bumped age brackets. So swim practice for Cal starts at 4:40. Grace doesn't get done till 6:45. We are there for over 2 hours, and by the time you do a little bit on the either end, it's 2.5 hours easily.
Yeah,
every single night from here till summer.
It's lot.
5 days a week starting right now.
Oof. And you have to go to all 5 days? Like,
but it just messes with a routine
of
any kind. Like, I'm not sitting there watching them swim laps for 2 hours. Peace out. Like, good luck. You're fine. I got to just like figure out my new normal. And I will say, I have a lot of other swim moms, and we were kind of strategizing last night about like, okay, 1 day a week, let's all pick to come and have fun.
Yeah.
And then are you dropping off? Are you going to work out? Like, how are you doing dinner? Because they get so hungry. The swim just is. Grace swims for an hour, 15 minutes a night. It's crazy to me.
That's crazy. Well, it's good for them. But you're right, though. It's just like dinner time.
Well, and they need so much food. Right. Like, they burn so many calories. So it's like you kind of have to do 2 dinners. Or we were talking about like meal prepping these huge meals.
Yeah.
Which they eat a big portion. No, they almost like eat a full dinner before.
Oh, okay.
And then they eat another helping after. Yeah. Was sort of like what we were. But then, I just have to then think about dinner because they need to eat basically after school snack becomes dinner.
Right.
So anyways, it's a lot. It's a lot. And honestly, there's part of me that's like, this is nuts. Like, I see the nutsness of it.
Mm-hmm. But it's also good for them. And swimming, what a great physical activity.
They're with friends. There's some goof around time while the other one's practicing with buddies.
Right.
It's not all bad. But it is going to put a wrench in our schedule that I have to like adjust a lot of things around, including like I have to have dinner ready at 4. Not even 3:30.
Well, you and I can chat about some meal prep stuff and things to do in the morning. Because
I was even thinking I need to get some crock pot kind of stuff teed up or...
Well, in last week's episode, we had Amanda Fredrickson on, and she gave us some great recipes. And even after the podcast, I got great recipes from her that I put on our show notes. So there's good ideas there. But I also,
Well, probably Cal's so picky, too. It's annoying. Like, Grace wants a meal that Chris and I would eat, and then Cal's like, pasta, salami, cucumbers, which maybe he'll eat from now till summer. I don't know.
Well.
So that's one. I also had this moment. There was like an email sent out from the school that's like, here's everything from now to the end of school. And I was like, oh my God, we're like not that far away from summer.
No, we have 3 weeks.
You have 3 weeks?
We are like Lily has 2. We have like 3.5 weeks.
When are your kids out of school? Mid-May?
Mid-May.
Whoa, you're blowing my mind. Okay, I'll stop complaining, but I don't have summer sitter figured out. I had this moment this weekend where I got like sweaty pits. I'm like, I gotta tighten up. I gotta tighten up. So I posted it on Facebook, next door, like and can I just say there's a lot of crazy people out there. I
would never on those sites. Sorry.
Well, how are you finding it?
I did care.com and stuff, which I guess is similar, but
I just did care.com yesterday. So maybe that will yield good results. But I mean, I got some loony responses.
Of course you did. Never put that stuff up there. Absolutely not. People are taking each other out for toasters on that thing. You stop putting babysitting on there.
Okay. And then I also was disappointed in humanity / the evolution of airlines, because did you know that just as of April 3rd, United Basic Economy forces you to check your carry-on and pay for it. So it feels like a way they're nickel and diming an extra $40 per person. So I had me and 2 kids in the back. Chris is so big, we put him up in economy plus. I mean, he's not getting first class, but he can't physically fit in the seat.
But you can't put your bag up. You had to check it and then wait for it to come on the carousel.
Yes, and I was pissed because I hate waiting for bags. I never ever would check a bag. I was forced to check a bag.
And like the price difference, I'd love to run. Like you might as well just do economy plus for your whole family just out of ease. But the cost of that is crazy.
The cost lately, I don't know if it's gas prices or whatever, but like flights are like $800 in a normal domestic flight.
It's crazy.
Anywhere. I was like, gulp. So I was trying to do it cheap, but then I was like, oh my God, now I have to wait for my bags at a carousel like a mere mortal. I hate this so much.
Nothing worse than
$120 per way. I paid $240 extra.
Nightmare.
We had carry-ons. We were there for a day.
Nightmare.
Pissed me off.
Yeah.
Okay. So United. Boo, boo.
We don't you. I literally went off on like a 30. I took Ace to the doctor appointment this morning so that we had some solo time on the way to school. And I went off on like a huge tangent about money. He probably is like rolling his eyes still at school, but I was like, money doesn't grow on trees and you got to appreciate that everything costs money.
Yeah.
He was like, leave that at the door, Mom. But I really went off on a tangent. Everything seems to be so expensive right now.
You can't be a parent without having that speech like once a month.
I know. So true.
My kids will be like, can I just get more food from the concession stand? And then I'm like, do you not understand the price?
It costs money. It's not free.
Also, I'm ice rolling my face. I got Dr. Lori to give me some Botox. And then I don't think you're maybe supposed to go on a flight the next day. But my face is swollen. I had to see people yesterday and it was really bad. Now it's getting a little bit better, but
it's getting better.
I feel like my nose is expanded. And if you would have told me 2 years ago, oh, you're going to go online and do a video podcast when your face is swollen, I would have said, dream on, sucker. But
here we are. It is funny that when you're on camera so much for the pod, you start to lose
your humanity. Your dignity.
Your dignity. Yeah. I would always like do my hair at the beginning. Now I'm in a big old sweatshirt and like my hair in a bun with grays. It's like, here we are. This is real life, people.
This is real life. If it doesn't get more relatable than this.
Well,
ice roller though is bomb.
Your skin is just sensitive though.
I know.
I've never had this reaction to Botox.
I bruise easily. You know, it's just part of being me.
Yeah. Well,
but anyways, I'm on camera with a bizarre nose today. So
here's to fighting the good fight to maintain average.
Totally. Oh my God, I'm that personified right now.
All right, we need to move on to everything's not awful before everybody feels like it's awful. You got something uplifting?
Yeah. I just kind of scroll, like, you know, kind story, put it in a social media platform or Claude, and then the first one to make me cry. That's the one I'm doing.
Okay. Bring me to tears.
This one just touched me because it's kind of quietly sweet. It's called The Brown Envelope Story.
Okay.
And someone had posted it, and then it had like a ton of comments on it. But my parents struggled financially when I was growing up, and they worked very hard to make that invisible. Years later, my mom told me that during the hardest stretch, when things were genuinely desperate, a brown envelope full of money appeared in the, see, I'm going to choke up hearing it,
my gosh,
in the mailbox to cover lunch money and the stuff that we needed. It went on for 18 months and then stopped, which my mother said meant it was someone who knew that things had gotten better. So it must have been someone close. She never found out who it was.
Oh, really? I hate a cliffhanger, though. It's so sweet, but I hate a cliffhanger. There was no ending to that.
That is the ending.
Oh, it is really sweet, but I kind of want to know who it is.
And the daughter only knew because the mom like told her later in life.
Oh, that's really sweet.
So sweet. The
really
fact that
sweet.
No one got credit, no one wanted it. It's like,
yeah,
good job.
Good. That's really sweet. I would love to be able to do that for somebody. Like that story hopefully inspires people.
I know. But it's like,
if you have the means to help, like that's just, you don't know how much you're helping people sometimes in that situation. Yeah.
And to do it, I mean, like,
yeah, that's really good.
I don't know. To do it without credit is like so powerful to me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It means everything.
Yeah.
Especially in this life we live now where it's like you can't even go to the gym without needing a heart. You know, it's like,
what do you mean?
Everybody's posted, you know, it's like they have to post their workout to get a heart, to have it mean something. You know, it's like in a world we live in.
To get a heart?
A like. Are you joking?
Oh. I was thinking, sorry.
I mean, what?
Okay. I've been off social a second.
To get a like, to get a, you know, it's like everybody's doing stuff for validation. Yeah. And it's like.
Yeah. Maybe that's why it touched me. You're right.
More. Yeah. Really
I love that the mom never knew. That's for me what stopped me in my tracks, maybe tear.
Yeah, that's really special.
And also, it's
I
just
still want to know
kindness.
though. My personality is like, well,
we'll dig and figure it out. Yeah, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Just tell me.
You're the worst. You're the worst. Okay, don't run the brown envelope story. Okay. Let's get into the topic of how to manage mom anxiety. Mm-hmm. And I'll tee this up because it's sort of like top of mind. I have this group of other entrepreneurs. It's like a support group for entrepreneurs. It's heaven. I'm so grateful for it. Yeah. We met last week and a lot of people were kind of bringing up like their different anxieties. It's clearly something that like a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with. Mm-hmm. And I had been noticing for myself kind of a rise in morning anxiety, like waking up feeling anxious about a variety of things. Some work, some kids, but like I wasn't waking up feeling like joy and peace for the new day. I was waking up kind of like with the feeling. Mm-hmm. And I used to not do that. And I was kind of like, what's that about? Like we started talking about it. And one of the other guys in the group, he's a lot like me. You know, it's kind of sometimes nice to have someone with kind of the same personality.
Absolutely.
It's a diverse group, but sometimes I'm like, he was like, he gets it. He gets it. And he said what worked for him was, well, one, I think this is kind of important. He was like, you and I are the same. We're Enneagram 8. Have you ever we did this Enneagram thing a while ago.
I love talking Enneagram. So hit me with what an 8 is.
8 is challenger. So I wrote like a little, let me see. I put it up in my phone. So these are just like spot on. I feel like sometimes. Self-confident, strong, assertive, protective, resourceful, straight-talking, decisive. Can be egocentrical and domineering. I was like, bingo.
Yeah. Bingo, bango.
Bingo, bango. At their best, they use their strengths to improve the lives of others, becoming magnanimous and inspiring.
True.
So true.
I mean, that's you. That's 100% you. What's your wing?
My wing is 7.
Which is the second personality type.
Yeah. So usually with an Enneagram, you have like one dominant thing, and then you're usually like partial something else. And usually they're next to each other. So I'm a wing 7, which is an enthusiast.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're always pumping me up.
Spontaneous and optimistic, driven by a desire to experience everything life has to offer. High energy and enthusiasm to new ideas and adventures. Often visionaries who inspire others.
I mean, that absolutely feels right.
Yeah. So like I read those and I'm like, okay. And he is an 8 wing 7. So but before we get into his advice, which I think might have changed my life, what's your Enneagram?
My Enneagram is 5.
3.
Right? 3. Sorry. 3.
I know you're.
I'm a dominant 3.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Is no what?
It's the achiever. Am I going to do your Enneagram like a domineering, egocentric maniac? Oh no!
What's a 3 for everyone? Describe me, please.
3s are what's the name? Achievement. Achiever. You're an achiever. So ambitious, adaptable, driven by achievement, excel at setting and accomplishing goals. Usually list people.
Yeah.
Naturally adaptive, high energy, and charismatic. That's you.
That's me. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you are a wing 2, I already know. Because I would have maybe even guessed, are you a 2 wing 3 or 3 wing 2?
Yeah. And what's the 2?
Helper giver. You're a natural nurturer. You take care of everyone around you. Your brain works a little bit like other people first. Well, you get great pride in helping and giving to other people. Like it's a real sense of motivation and energy source for you.
Which I find, because I am a wing 2, I feel like I can say it. You know, if you are, you can talk about it. It's like, I do find though that is a struggle in parenting. It's great, but it can be my whole thing. My whole personality is literally trying to take care of my kids.
Over functioning.
Over anything else. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I will miss things for myself personally in order to make sure they're thriving or I'm helping them. And like sometimes it's annoying. It's like, well, just don't do that right now in the moment, but I can't.
Well, all of these have a biting underbelly. You know, like my 8 is great, but also I can be egotistical and domineering.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
You're 3, you're achiever. I mean, you're very successful. You achieve. That's what you love.
But sometimes, I need achievement. We were talking about perfectionist.
Exactly. Sometimes you need that external validation, and deep down you feel like imposter syndrome almost without it.
I mean, we already said bingo, bango, but it's like 100%. Yeah. It's like I always feel, even with achievements, that I'm missing something.
Yeah.
I guess which drives me to get more achievement, but
exactly. It's your motivation.
I need your validation.
A little bit.
Kind of like, are there like, you know how there's like signs that are compatible? I bet an 8 is compatible with the 3 in entrepreneur
100%,
world.
100%. You and I are perfect together. I do need to remember though to give you a lot of that validation. Sometimes I forget that like it fuels you in
you
that
don't
way.
Need it.
I don't need it. No, I really don't.
Right.
People almost like give me awards. I actually don't care. But that's not my motivation source.
Right.
The fight is, you know, and that makes sense.
And I know that. And like I know your fight is like for like you're passionate.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
Well, and think of your 2 underbelly. You're a giver, giver, giver. The underbelly of that is then you got nothing left. You exhaust yourself. You can't sit down and relax. You're just giving.
Not a sitter. Not a sitter.
Okay. Let's get back to the advice.
Hit me with advice. Yeah.
Well, for me, this won't work for you. Okay. So maybe we'll have to figure out like what your version of this is.
All right. For all your 8s out there, here's the advice.
Focus. He said, and he had a therapist tell him this. I love stealing therapy from people that are similar to you.
Love it. You don't have to sit through it, but you get a little dose of
and it saved me time. And I'm like a impatient person. So I'm like, just hit me with that insight and then I'll just adopt it.
I don't want to work myself to get to the answer. I want you to give it to me.
He said 3 words: simple, gentle, easy is his new tracker.
Okay.
Because he naturally loves a challenge so much that he creates challenges.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I now, every time I feel energy up for a fight, I ask myself, what if there's no problem here?
Great.
What if there's no problem here?
Yeah.
What if your body and personality is creating problems to get your energy up for something? And it reminded me, not to compare myself to Michael Jordan, but here we go.
The egotistical part.
Totally. Coming out. She can't hide. He used to make up things that opponents said to him to get himself like juiced up to murder them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
On the court.
Yeah. Right. Correction.
But it's like that sort of darkness a bit is like, I can understand that. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's your drive, but like anybody who even has told us in a nice way, you know, you're not going to achieve what you think you're going to. That's you up inside.
Oh,
that's your drive.
It burns me.
Yeah.
But if I kind of go, I don't actually have problems here. You know, the perspective is I work with my best friend trying to build something I deeply care about. Totally. And I have a great family and a great life and great friends.
Mm-hmm.
There actually are no problems here. You know, my personality creates this problem. These tech companies that are trying to screw our kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And it works. It, I think, has helped create sage
But with
haven.
your day-to-day life, you should simple,
gentle, and easy.
Yeah.
I will have enough energy without needing to tap into those kind of like created problems on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
And he said for him, it's like really helped. And he's like, I just have started choosing gentler content. Like, I choose gentler routines. Like, I don't need any extra energy to go be aggro in the gym.
Yeah.
Nor do I.
Have like a good workout, but doesn't need to be like an intense level.
Well, I can just, that's easy for me to go and be intense in the gym, for example.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, but I don't need to drum it up from these other places.
I see.
Does that make sense? Like I have enough of it naturally that like if I only focus on being gentle and easy and simple, I'll have enough of that other energy to, I'm not at risk of like not doing things.
Yeah.
That's not my personality at all. So by just focusing on simple, gentle, easy, and like that energy and that, so I created, and this is kind of a joke, but I did create a simple, gentle, easy tracker, which some could say is not
that
gentle. I just started it last week, but I wanted to calibrate on a day-to-day basis, reflect, was today simple, gentle, and easy?
Oh, I see. That's the tracker. So are you just giving yourself a check mark if you were?
1 to 10. I rate myself. And that's like.
What were you yesterday?
I had a good day yesterday. I was an 8. But last week I had some 6s.
Okay. So lower on the scale is less
Worse.
Gentle.
Less gentle. And part of it is like I'll wake up with anxiety sometimes. And he's like, but what if there's no problem there? What if you just know that your body does that and you don't make it a big thing and you don't worry that there's something behind it? Like, you know, you're a 43-year-old woman, your body's changing. Like, this might not be a thing. You might not have a deep-seated source of anxiety driving you.
Might just be some extra hormones in your body saying, no.
Yeah. Or I might have sleep apnea. Or, you know, I might be, maybe before bed, I was thinking about work too much, or I read news, or you know what I mean? But it's like, it might not be the deep level of problem challenge I need to solve. It might be fine to just release it and have a nice, gentle day.
I like that. I feel like I need to come up with my 3, like based on like, so for probably the wing 2, the caring side.
You need a boundary for yourself, I feel like.
I need a boundary because I have, like, for instance, I had a lot of anxiety last night. Not new, but it was heightened because we had...
Work or family or both?
Family, I guess. Thunderstorm. Potential tornado. Supposed to hit around 2
Family safety is a real trigger for
family
you.
Safety. And Lola said to me right before bed,
Yeah.
She was scared. And I said, honey, you know that Dad and I always protect you, and I'm always watching, and we will come and get you if anything, changes. But right now it's just going to be a little light tornado, a light thunderstorm and rain, So I'll let you know.
Only in the Midwest is that kind of true.
I know, exactly. I literally took it upon myself to almost stay up all night. Phil was can you go to bed, you lunatic? But I would sleep. I'd wake up and be like, okay, they said nothing's going to hit till 11.
But you're over functioning for a tornado hitting your daughter.
So then I was literally okay, I wake up at 11, check it. Okay, nothing's going on till 12. So then I was back to sleep. Then 12 o'clock, I'd set my alarm. Then I'd wake up and look. And then anyways, nothing, it all passed by 3 a.m. So by 3:15, I was ready to sleep. But I woke up so exhausted this morning, and Phil was like, but you didn't need to do that. And I was like, I know, but you were sleeping like a baby. So I took it upon myself to be,
and then you're mad at him.
And by the way, the thunderstorm never presented itself to be super dramatic. It was all's fine. I was literally
so funny.
just watching everything. But it's that's my personality, and I don't know how to turn it off.
That's why I'm sort of you might be a 2-wing 3. Both are true, but I feel like you got a lot of both of those.
Yeah. So I just need to, for me, I do these techniques to just try to take a moment. For me, most of the time, it's taking a moment to myself. Mm-hmm. And that's easier said than done in the life I live and what I have, just my personality. Sometimes I just move quickly to the next list thing and I never take a moment. Mm-hmm. So last night before kid bed, I went outside by myself and just sat on our front porch and just sipped my Olipop and took 20 minutes to myself.
I love that for you.
Didn't listen to anything, no podcast. I just was silent. And it helped me so much because then I was rejuvenated to go up to bedtime with energy with the kids or patience, And I've been doing this. This is maybe I don't know. I've been doing these
That's
finger presses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe you told me about them. I started to do these.
To get back in your body when you're kind of getting heady.
That's it. And so it makes me take a beat. I do it a lot during the day. Mm-hmm. To the point where it feels what is that? I've been noticing you do that a lot. I'm yeah, I don't know. It's calming me.
I used to do it when I played basketball. It was if I started feeling stressed or we're behind, it's just get back in your body.
Yeah. Yeah. But those moments for me, because I can tend to just move one to the next thing until my body just has to crash because I'm never done with my list, especially as an entrepreneur. It's and mom, it's I'm never done with my list. So I find a hard time to just take a breath.
Well,
sometimes.
And think of the achiever part of that, the list of it all. Mm-hmm. You get external validation when you just cross something off your list, right? So to get your hits, you just keep going.
And the list keeps building. It's never I make it to the end of the list. That's the problem.
That's the problem. Yeah. So I feel you need to hold better boundaries for yourself on how many things are on the list. And when you're done, you're done.
Well, I did say this to you yesterday. Did you catch me? Because we have so much going on that sometimes we have to condense a quick call to all the things we have to catch up on. Mm-hmm. And I had to be too many, wait. Because I was I couldn't process the 4 things I needed to do. I needed to process the 2.
Yeah.
And then wait for the other 2 that were less prioritized at the time.
Yeah. I think for me working with you too, I need to understand your state of mind before I add more things to a list because it can set you off.
I actually really appreciate this conversation about our personalities because we did this 2 years ago when we first started this company and we forgot. It's really good to do this with your spouse or anybody that you work with a lot. I think it's really good. I'm going to have Phil do this Enneagram too because I think it would be good for us.
Well, and then you kind of learn how to manage them.
Totally. Or just
what are their natural states?
Even understanding yourself in a deeper way. I am annoying because I'm a list person and never sit down and that annoys him. But if I know that I'm that way, I can kind of be better.
I'm proud of you for taking a little time though.
It was a game changer.
Yeah.
And I think you could be more
I think you could be more selfish from my perspective as someone who loves you.
Yeah.
I feel sometimes you get too far over the bounds of being able to emotionally regulate the way you want to because you've given too much. You're not creating your boundary at the right level that would keep you really
sane.
true. Not same, but just like really happy.
Totally. You're right. And it's not fair to the people around me to not be better at regulating either. You know what I mean? Like my kids, they're not asking me to do that crazy list. Like it's like I'm putting it on myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a good question. Like, I think for me, my question to myself is, is there really a problem here?
Uh-huh.
Because I naturally create those challenges.
Yeah. And mine is this necessary to do right now?
Is this something I need to take on?
Uh-huh.
I think you naturally take on a lot for other people.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's a disservice to them. Maybe they're not learning independence in the same way, or they're not learning habits in the same way.
Bingo, bango. My 9-year-old is crazy at, basic things because I've done it for him.
Yeah. Well, never too late to reset. I'm going to be so gentle, you're not even going to recognize me. I'm 1 week
like
in.
The way you're pressing that face roll into your face is so not gentle. It's funny you're saying it in the same moment. I'm going to be gentle.
I'm going to track my gentleness and I'm going to ice roll the gentleness.
Totally. Our clips are all going to be you face rolling.
Feels good though. It's actually making me feel gentler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's calming you.
Okay. Any other just sort of like, the other thing for me is like just having some friends to be honest about the anxiety and then normalizing it a bit.
Totally.
Like,
yeah,
it is actually kind of hard to navigate the logistics of summer with 2 working parents.
Mm-hmm.
And just talking about that, normalizing that and being like, yeah, that's hard. That's actually, it's tricky.
And maybe this is the list coming back. So take it for what it is. But I really need, like summertime, our schedule's about to change.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Phil about this, but like I really need to time block and from a week, like Sunday before the week, really have conversations about what the week looks like so we can handle and be prepared. Because every week is slightly different, even if we have things. And so for me, it really helps me to do the almost checklisty thing of what's coming our way so I can handle it better and still find time to block off for working out and doing
I would say, think how much better your anxiety's been since you started blocking off an hour and a half in the morning for no meetings so that you can do your things.
That time is not going to work in summer though, so I have to time block a little bit of just like when's the other time I can fit that in.
Right.
But yes, I think it's so important. I absolutely believe in time blocking for yourself. So whatever it is you do in that time block.
Well, I was going more with normalize it with friends and give yourself grace because this stuff actually is hard.
That's true. Yeah.
That helps my anxiety to be like, okay, everybody's dealing with this. Okay, this is part of having kids this age.
Yeah.
Okay. Like let's get organized about it and like not make it a whole thing.
Yeah. Well, and I find obviously talking about it, but when you let things fester, it's like talking about it gets it out. But if you let things get to a point, you end up boiling over, and so I can't let everything go at once, and everything's not going to be perfect. Every day is not going to be perfectly balanced. So like in a week's time frame, am I balanced? Am I getting enough personal time, workout time, being with the kids, being with my husband, like all the things that we prioritize in our life that's so important to us. Look at it from a week perspective versus a day, because every day is not going to be balanced.
Yeah, true.
But don't let it go past a week.
Speaking of balance, let's move to the tech tip.
Okay, what you got? Because it's back to you, because you poo-pooed my tech tip last week, so I'm not doing it out of spite.
That's your boundary. I like
my boundary. You do the tech tip then.
Well, my tech tip is give up some days. On Sunday, on the way back from Indianapolis, the kids had endless amounts of screen time on the flight. They watched shows the whole way. And then we got home and I had an original plan to be like, okay, we've had plenty of screen time. We don't need that. But then I was feeling super tired. So I was like, you know what I need is a nap. All right, just keep watching screens. I looked later, they each had over 7 hours of screen time in one day. That's like
travel days are not usual, but yes.
Count.
Yeah.
But I was like, and then I actually felt like it's what they needed. They were all tired too. We got up at the crack of dawn our time to like get home.
Yeah.
They all needed that veg time. Helped us reset for Monday.
Yeah.
So like moderation in all things, including screen time, and some days are just give up.
I like it. Just clip that last part. Some days just give up. I like that.
Yep. There we go. Keep it real. What's your obsession?
My obsession. Okay. So I always talk about cozy things. Cozy things make me very happy. Like as I'm getting older, cozy's very important to me. So like when I crawl into my bed or when I put my cozy slippers on or when I'm sipping a warm coffee, all of that brings me joy.
Yeah.
And I am just trying to make sure I have cozy in almost every aspect of my life. But this is about the coffee. Coffee is very important to me. And I have this obsession with the coffee house here in Franklin. They sell a coffee you can find online, so I'll link it.
What's the coffee house? Let's shout them out.
It is. That is the name of it.
It's called Coffee House?
The Coffee House at 2nd and Bridge. But like it's literally the coffee house.
I was like, well, let's give them some love.
I am. It's called the Coffee House.
Okay, my bad.
So they have a coffee that they sell there, and Southern pecan flavor is so good.
How in Nashville are you?
I know.
Southern
pecan coffee. But it is not too sweet. It's like, like the aromas of it, but it's not like so flavored it's disgusting. It almost isn't a flavored coffee. It just has the aromas of Southern pecan. But it's so good. And
don't
the house
Southerners
smells,
say pecan or something weird?
Probably. Southern pecan. No, I don't know.
Ew, we just offended everyone.
Yeah, sorry. I'm terrible. But I am Southern, so I can say it.
Yeah, you're Southern.
Listen. The aroma of my house in the morning, cozy. The
what do you
smell
mean?
Of the coffee. Yes, that's what I mean. Like the Southern pecan.
Well, you said of your house. I was
aroma. Well, when you make coffee, your house smells like coffee.
Oh, you're making this at home. I didn't understand.
Yes. I will link it where you can buy the coffee grounds or whole beans and send it to yourself.
Okay.
It's so good.
Okay.
And
I like
every morning
so you're waking up
joy.
to a joyful pecan smell.
Exactly. And it just tastes so good. And it's the moment of zen that I need. It's my obsession.
Okay, great. I wonder if it's because you guys if we're on a health kick, so you and I are starving, but I also had a food one.
Okay. Yeah.
My friend Lauren taught me how to make an air fryer bagel. And if I need a carb, this is my go-to. It always tastes good to me. Equal parts Greek yogurt and self-rising flour.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's it. That's literally it. She
Form
recommended
a ball, throw it in the air fryer.
You can. I sometimes like to get fancy with a little egg wash and some salt or some everything bagel seasoning. The Faye yogurt brand is the best, so it doesn't get too sticky.
Okay.
She recently said she started doing like self-rising wheat flour, which I haven't found, but they're so good and they take 8 minutes.
Love it.
This is like within my, I'm not a bread maker, but having a high protein bagel that you can feel great about. Yes, please. Air fryer.
I love it.
Yep.
I got super offended this morning.
Okay.
Because we went to the doctor's office and he was all talking to Ace about health and eating right or whatever. And, the kids always say unhinged things, even though it's not accurate. So I'm already on edge thinking, like, does he judge me? Even because Ace is acting like he doesn't know what a vegetable is, even though he eats vegetables every day of his life. It's like, come on, dude. Anyways, that's neither here nor there.
Leaving you out to dry.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sipping my coffee. And he's like, well, you can't be doing those sugary coffee drinks like your mom every day. And I was like, whoa.
Shots fired.
Exactly. Yeah. I literally go, almond milk with a little bit of honey as a natural sweetener, is that bad? And like the doctor was like, I think taken back by my reaction, but I was like,
defensiveness.
Yeah. I was like, whoa, I am very healthy. And also I'm very conscious of what my coffee is because of this. I'm obsessed with coffee. So I try to do the healthy things to like add natural sweetener to it.
I'm aware. Trust me. I don't need to hear about it.
Anyways, I got super offended today. And absolutely took it out on that poor doctor. I was like, he will never say that again.
There's nothing worse than like a backhanded or insult or like a subdued insult from a doctor.
Yeah.
It's like,
I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, it's like we are very healthy. Like if we actually told you everything, like don't take the 9-year-old as Bible. Like this kid's just trying to get a reaction out of you. This is what he does every day of my life. Like, you know.
Or like your own doctor, you know, I read everything into their
Yeah.
You're like deeply offended. Okay. All right. Let's wrap this puppy up.
All right, let's do it.
If you haven't reviewed us, please do so. It means a lot. And thanks for sharing us with your friends. And let's wrap it there.
Lilas.
Lilas.